So how is recording a podcast with no voice going to go?
Look, it's going to be a challenge. It is a prerequisite to have a voice, is it, for recording a pod?
No, I'd say so. I'd say it'd be up there in the most important things. Yeah.
Look, the difference between you and I is I do try and push myself to do things that have never been done before.
Right.
This is just another example of that.
I guess so.
Just built different.
Built different.
It's already struggling. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. Yep, I'm a bit of the walk-in wounded this week. We went away down to the lovely the Ninch as it's known by the locals. Beautiful Cape Shank for a Bucks weekend. It was very, very good. Had a good time.
Had an awesome time, mate. I was the only one that was not on the piss. But it was an awesome time. We left the house once. I didn't realise this when we were there, but we left the house once.
Yeah.
To go to the pub.
A beautiful Airbnb down at Cape Shank. Shout out to, I want to say, Emily, one of Cheven's very, very close mates. If you know, you know. But you can certainly tell that one of us drinks and screams and is just loud all the time, and one of us doesn't. Definitely come off a bit worse for wear afterwards.
To a lesser extent. You sound, I want to say, you were saying just when we were talking off the air, you said you feel better than you did yesterday. But I got to say, being honest, you sound just as bad.
Awesome. Yep. That's fine. That's what we do here. We kick people while they're down here on Fun Like Full Forward. So yeah, just fucking lay it on. Lay it on. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on with us. We did mention this briefly last week. You want to talk about what else happened for you? You know, footy season. We're an AFL podcast.
Yes.
Footy season is just about here.
I might have mentioned it very late in the piece last week, I think. I'm breaking my Supercoach drought this year. It has been a long time coming. It's actually, you know, when you go to something that you haven't done in a long time, and then you go through your old emails to try to find
like passwords and
shit like that.
Like, what was my username?
Yeah, all that sort of shit. I did that, and it was like
Ashley loves kangas.
Yes, not far from it actually. Something like that. And it was from like 2010 or 2011. So
that's a fair stint out of the game.
Yeah. So hashtag the return.
Feeling confident?
No.
Who was your first pick?
I think you know.
I think I know. I reckon there's a couple of listeners that might know. But did you want to just put them out of their misery and clear that up for us?
Yes. So I am doing this with my uni mates, who also do their own podcast at the Room.
New episode?
Yes, new episode. It's good to see him back. But we did the draft?
Yeah.
So each person has in order. It's a snake pick,
like the serpentine one.
Serpentine one.
Yeah. Before you say who you drafted, what pick did you have?
The last
of the first round.
Yes.
Okay, there would have been some good quality players there. I imagine, like, you know, Gorn and I don't know any good Supercoach players. I might have mentioned not my team.
Oh, there would have been
not my thing.
There would have been plenty. And I got one.
Who'd you get? Who's your first pick?
First pick, Taron Thomas. Yes, Taron Thomas. So I made sure I made it clear that I didn't want any of the guys taking him off me. So
yeah.
And I've made it clear since then that I don't want any of this, you know, nonsense coming in. You know, we'll trade you for, you know, Taron and all that sort of stuff. I don't want it. You know, he's staying in my team.
You heard it here first, lads. No Taron Thomas for Petrarca trades.
That's right.
Not going to happen.
Not happening. Not on my watch anyway.
Who was the most expensive player you had? Do you know that off the top of your head?
Who did I have?
Because I can't believe it'd be Taron Thomas.
No, probably not. I had a decent back line. Alir, Jack Zeeble.
Okay, yeah.
Up forward, who did I have up forward? Robbie Gray.
Robbie Gray's probably your more expensive one.
Probably my most expensive player, I think. Pendles is my captain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pendles.
Pendles. We love Pendles.
Basketball background.
Basketball background.
I had no option.
Was he your second pick?
He was up there. He was up there.
I love that for you. Oh, shit. There's probably not much else going on. We might as well just get into it, really.
Let's do it. We had a pretty long episode last week, so let's just power through.
Let's power through. Let's get this wrapped up. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
Run it back.
Okay, so running it back. Oh, there it is again.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna have a sip of this water soon. But the big story from the weekend: the Pels are back in the granny.
2 years in a row.
The mighty Narryoran Pelicans are back in the granny, back where they belong, and we are going to go all the fucking way this year.
Really?
Back in the granny.
Back to back in the granny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, getting there is the first step.
That's
you got to
right.
be in it to win it.
You do.
So we beat Endeavour Hills, right? Who did we beat? Endeavour Hills we beat. We rolled him for 89, I think it was. We had him 7 for 39.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have got as far as they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Jeffers, peaking at the right time. He's now taken 10 wickets in the last 2 games.
Did Jeffers get man of the match twice in a row?
I don't know if they've posted it as yet, but when I voted for him, he was on like 80% of the votes.
If anyone else gets it, it's definitely Jeffers. Jeffers getting lots of that vodka.
Yeah, he's getting plenty of Baxter. Plenty of Baxter. Chappelle, you know fucking nothing, mate. Coming after our frontline bowler. But yeah, so we're playing, I think it's at a ground in Fountain Gate, I want to say.
Yes.
So if you're in the area around, well, the game starts at 1 o'clock, come down, support the Mighty Pels. Would fucking love that because I don't know about you, but I really, really want to fucking win this one. And it'd be good to have as many people down there as possible.
Yeah, a bit of support. Yeah, we had, I think last grand final, last year, we had a fair few people turn up as well.
We did.
It was such a, not used to that throughout the season. So it was that day was real special.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about the average attendance for F grade games. Yeah. The grannies are usually a bit of an outlier. Yeah,
it's usually sort of just Audi guy and then...
Audi guy. Fucking hell. So there's this guy who's just... So the Pels Fortress out in the great southeast, Berwick Fields is our home ground.
Home of cricket, yeah.
And just one week, this guy just rocked up in his Audi and was just sitting there watching the game. One day we were something had happened on the field and we were in need of an extra fielder. And... look, he wasn't able to. Something about violating the DDCA drugs policy, I imagine. But very, very supportive. He copped a follow on the Pels Instagram, and he came down to watch. He came down to Berwick Springs to watch the semi-final.
He travelled. He went on the road for us.
He did. Anyway,
I reckon he'll definitely be there at the granny.
Well,
I reckon.
He'll have all the info. He'll have all the info on the Pels account.
Yeah.
It'll be disappointing if we don't see him.
Yes, absolutely. But that's, big things this weekend with cricket.
Go Pels.
Go Pels. But staying very quickly, we are going to move on at footy, but very quickly might touch on some other cricket, which is the Australia versus Pakistan series that's happening right now. The first test was very,
exciting.
very, very boring. 2 teams batting on a road. And the second test had all the symptoms of what would be a very similar game. It started off very similar. Ball wasn't doing much, batting a bit on a road. Uzi went all the way this time, 160 in the first innings.
We love Uzi. We love Uzi.
Uzi, especially, the fairy tale, making 100 in the country of your birth, full circle. It's very special. So the Aussies made an enormous score of about 550, 560 odd. And Pakistan looked good early, but the Aussies absolutely skittled them for what would have been about 110, but the tail wag slightly to get him to about 150 odd. But I got to say, mate, the display of reverse swing bowling was just incredible.
We don't have enough time for this, and I know you've struggled with this off air.
Yes.
How's reverse swing work, mate?
So with there's this thing called Bernoulli's principle, right? And
Shit, you're getting right into it. All right.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to stop me. I think you're going to just talk over the top of me.
No, I would never do that. I would never talk over the top of you. Come on, I would never do that to you.
We don't have enough time to talk about reverse swing.
We'll save that for next week,
when we've started talking about footy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they rolled Pakistan for a very low score. Decided to bat again. I think the Aussies have since Kolkata 2003 or whatever, never again enforced the follow, and I'm assuming because just never again.
Go back and listen to that episode if you're not aware.
Yes. But yeah, Aussies well in command in that game. So that's cricket, but we are, we're kicking off the footy season right now, mate. So
we did promise we'd be balls deep in footy season this week. We did say.
Is that quoted? Or do we?
Someone said it last week. Let's not get caught up in who did what to who.
Okay, all right. But footy season is upon us.
I mean, for us, it starts tomorrow. But if you are listening to this on the day of release, we hope you enjoyed the season opener. What a fucking good game it was. Congrats to the D's. Or congrats to the Dogs.
Yeah, congrats to the Dogs, yeah.
Or, oh my God, a draw to open the season.
That's crazy.
That's so fucked, man. That's so
insane.
Good. Footy's so good.
Footy's back.
Footy is back. Who'd have thought? That's crazy. But yeah, we thought we've mentioned a couple of times we were going to do a bit of a season preview, but we kind of wanted to do a season preview our way because we've mentioned before, we are an AFL podcast.
Yes.
But we don't really do AFL podcast things. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
You would have all figured that out by now.
Yeah. If you don't know by now,
go back and listen to last week's episode. Oh my God, man.
You're right.
I'm just gonna have a sip of water from my apparently better than a Keep Cup water bottle.
Yep. We go back to that as well. We're just dropping we're just dropping self-references
just
now.
Inside jokes, let's be honest.
References from past episodes because we want you to go and watch past episodes. Not even we've moved beyond community references. We're just referencing ourselves now. That's
moved beyond community references when Jim Rash won the boldest of all time. Righto, mate.
I take that back immediately. But we are going to run it back as our version of the, season preview. And we're going to run through each team and basically decide which previous player they'd like to see return to their 22 to help them out improve in this season.
Yeah. So as you mentioned off air as well, it's kind of like on 2K, they do like the classic team. So we're kind of sprinkling a bit of that in there as well.
A little bit.
Just to see what might improve the team, as you said, get them a little higher up the ladder. So I'll kick us off if that's all right.
Yep.
So the Crows, they finished 15th last year. They conceded the third most points in the comp. So you could say that their defense could use a boost. So who better than Andrew McLeod? I'm pretty sure he's the all-time leading games holder for the Crows.
For the Crows? I think so.
I think so. Or it was at one point if he's not anymore.
Yeah.
So slot him in at half back. Now that's where the Crows put him in their all-time 22.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear this whole he played in the midfield, he played as a half forward flank. This guy plays anywhere. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, you could rotate him through midfield, half forward.
That is more of a reason to put him back in the team. Prime Andrew McLeod.
Prime, yes.
Gets the Crows back up the ladder.
Yeah. I feel like we'll say prime for any of these players that we're going to say at the moment.
Probably should have said that to start with, yeah.
But yes, Andrew McLeod in. I'll move us along to Brisbane.
Yeah.
So, 4th last year.
Yep.
We've mentioned that we think they're not too far away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who do you reckon would Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, but yeah.
I mean, there's so many midfielders from the golden era you could choose.
Yeah.
There is. But, I mean, I like the Lions midfield.
Yes.
Who have you got?
Well, John O'Brown.
John O'Brown.
AKA Batman.
Again, if you know, you know.
If you've watched episode...
I think that's on our Instagram.
That one?
Yeah.
Hasn't been redacted, like all of our early content.
Not that one.
John O'Brown. I was going to admit, like, first thought was Simon Black, just because he was incredible. But in terms of need, Lions midfield's pretty damn good. So I think forward line is. I mean, Danaher, Hipwood. It's just the missing like the little bit that they need.
Well, it's kind of like it's the inconsistency and, you know, the injuries that they go through. It's like if you've got John O'Brown there to count on.
Yeah. No worries.
No fucking worries, mate. How are we going for time? Should we
speed things up?
Oh, no, we're okay. We're okay. Sorry, that's just a bit. If you watch it on YouTube, there's just a bit of inside knowledge as to how the room's set up. I kind of peered over there.
Ah,
a little something over there to my left.
Peered behind the curtain.
I'm going to keep it going. Mm-hmm. Carlton. So they finished 13th last year.
Yes.
Again, like the Lions, their midfield isn't the problem. So they've got Walsh, Cripps, Zach Williams, added Chera, added Hewitt.
Yep.
Just to name a few. Now, if they can keep Charlie Curnow alongside Harry Mackay, if they can keep him on the field next to Harry Mackay, they're sweet.
Yeah.
So if Sauce comes back, just slots right back in down at defence there alongside Jacob Wiedering. And you got Saad off halfback, and Doherty I think's coming back. He's making his return after his chemo treatment, which is a fucking outstanding story.
Absolutely
outstanding. I mean, heart of a fucking line to go through that. Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you add Sauce, Blues playing finals, which was their plan. So maybe that's what they are planning.
They are.
Yeah, maybe that's what's...
They're getting Sauce back.
Getting Sauce back. You heard it here first. Scoop.
I'll take us to Collingwood.
Yep.
Finished 17th last year.
I can't believe they finished so low.
Yeah.
I feel like that list is better than 17th.
Absolutely, it's better than 17th. But I can't remember. Did they have a patch where it was sort of looking promising right at the start of the year and then it all... sort of fell apart. It was...
I've slept since then. I couldn't tell.
Yes. You've lost your voice since then.
Yeah, I haven't slept since then as well.
Yeah. I mean, the midfield is not as... It's still not horrible.
No,
absolutely. No. But it's not as strong as it used to be, I think.
So is that first midfielder going in, you reckon? Is that what you're leaning up to?
Yeah. So far we've sort of been like, stay away from the midfield. We need forwards or whatever. But I reckon Collingwood needs a good Collingwood midfielder. What do you reckon?
Well, who do you think?
Dane Swan.
Yeah, go Dane Swan. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good shout. I like that. I like that. Keep it going. Essendon. They finished 8th. They made the finals, but the streak drags on for days without winning a final.
Correct.
You could argue Matthew Lloyd or countless great Essendon forwards of years gone by, but I want to go with James Hird, if that's right with you.
It's absolutely fine with me.
Just imagine big Sammy Draper just able to tap the ball down to one of James Hird, Zach Merritt, Darcy Parish, the likes. You know, they kick it forward to fucking 2 metre Peter in the forward line.
Yep.
They're going back up the ladder. They're going higher. They might even win a final with James Hird. Prime James Hird, of course. I can you imagine that? That'd be amazing. Just a bit of Hirdy magic. Just but like this is such a non-season preview season preview. It's so us.
It's very us.
I love it.
You don't get this content anywhere else.
It might be because it's shit content. But you know what? It's art. You can interpret it any way you like.
Absolutely.
There's no wrong answer.
Fremantle finished 11th last year. Look, I did think about Jeff Farmer, the Wizard. He would be
good shout.
Absolutely electric to have back in the side up forward. But if we're being honest, there's only one person I think that Fremantle would want forever and ever to be just ageless, and that would be Matthew Pavlich.
Yeah, I mean, he's the player. You think Fremantle, you think Matthew Pavlich.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So if they could, they would definitely get Pav back, I think. Slot right up there.
Yep, that's a great shout. Looks like I got Geelong.
Oh.
So they finished third last season. Third on the ladder, another prelim loss. Now you could say, like, first thought you go Matty Scarlett.
Yeah.
Right? They lost like Harry Taylor a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Lockie Henderson retired as well end of last year, so it's a bit missing down back. I have gone with the defender, but not one of those two. This is a bit left field. David Wojcinski.
Right.
That's not a name I've said in about 10 years. He's just he was just
over Scarlett, over and Harry Taylor, and
mate, I said left field.
Yeah.
I said left field. Just bring that pace off half back that Geelong just seems so desperate for.
Yeah. Okay.
At times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, you got Stewart was missing.
Yeah.
For Pointy last year. They brought in Jonathan Segler.
Yep.
Which allows Blitzarves to stay as a defender.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Wojcinski. That's all right.
Nice. Run and carry, mate.
Run and carry. Take the fucking game on.
Use the corridor.
That's it.
All right. Gold Coast.
This should be a quick one.
Finished 16th last year. Another team that similar to Collingwood, I just assumed that they did better than they did.
Not overly better, but just a touch higher.
But like 12th or something like that. Like they just like when I remember, just from based on memory from last year, it was like, yeah, they weren't horrible. It was just like in there.
I think they got like 7 wins or something like that.
Yeah.
What's the highest they've finished? I don't know. We're rusty on the footy.
Anyway,
we'll ease back into it.
Yes, but undoubtedly, Gaz, who made a feature last week in our boat episode.
He did.
But Gary Ablett Jr. would slide right back into the midfield alongside Took Miller.
Big friend of the show.
Big friend of the show. And I mean, there's not much else to say about that, really. It's just straight in, Gaz, straight in to GWS, to the Gold Coast.
Well, all right. Well, it's funny you mentioned GWS because they are next. So they finished 7th. They beat the Swans for week 1 of finals.
Knockout. Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. This one, I believe, is the only active player we've mentioned so far. I guess that's kind of what happens when the club's as new as it is. Hear me out on this, Jeremy Cameron.
Yep,
you're right with that. I think he gets them higher up the ladder. Obviously, he was there when they made the prelim.
Yep,
he was there when they made the granny. There's obviously so much talent there. There has been for so long now. Yeah, they're getting back in the forward line. Yeah, you're right up there.
Yeah, I think I agree with the fact that being such a new club, it is a bit harder to do this sort of thing with them. But out of all their players, I think, Jeremy Cameron.
It is a bit harder, but having said that, that's a pretty obvious one, I think.
Yeah, out of the pool that you've got. Yeah, absolutely. Hawks. So finished 14th last year. And I think I'll go right back into the legends for this one. Jason Dunstall.
The Chief.
Get him right back in here. The Chief always gets a mention on our show. I think he's
had a few. Yeah, he's had a few mentions.
He's had a few. He's up there with some of the others, with Taron Thomas.
Eddie Betts. Sean Burgoyne. Fucking hell.
But look, chuck him in the goal square. Surely that'd send him right up the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, they'd score more goals, they'd win more games, they'd go right back up the ladder.
You got to score more goals to win more games.
That's how it works, mate.
It's a simple game, footy.
Really is. Really is. What's all the fuss about? Melbourne. They went all right last year.
They did pretty good.
Premiers and minor premiers.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like, why would you change a winning formula?
Correct.
What would your thoughts be on sneaking, let's go Ron Barassi. Put him into that midfield and sneak Viney to like halfback.
Yeah. Yep.
The rich get richer.
Yeah. Yeah. Such a legend of the game. See, now I'm like thinking with my heart as opposed to my head, because I'd want Jim Steins in.
Yeah.
I'd want Jim Steins.
He's my first thought, but he's like gone.
Yeah, true.
That Maxi Gorn guy is all right. He's pretty good.
He goes all right. He does go all right. But yeah, 100%. That would be very nice. My boys, North Melbourne.
North. We've both got our own team here.
It's
crazy.
I don't know how it works. It's we did finish 18th last year out of I think there's 18 teams in the league.
If you're not bottom, you're pretty close to the bottom, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we were bottom, but
we'll
they were
look into that.
Yeah, close to the bottom. Another team that I thought played a lot better than did a lot better than we thought we did.
Well, look, thinking back to our footy episodes last year, you were finding a lot of positives week on week, mate. You were.
It wasn't just me; it was everyone in the league.
It actually was. Yeah,
there was no negative media articles or anything about us. It's all just every little positive, just get it all, and just we won. I'm pretty sure we won 4 games last year.
Was it 4 games?
It was something.
I think like everyone knows that it's going to be quite a long road.
Yes.
So we're all just kind of wishing you well on it.
Absolutely.
In the least condescending way possible.
No. No, like absolutely. I think it's just it'll be interesting to see how long that period lasts, where you get a bit of an exemption or you get a bit of these guys got potential that they're going to go all right. Like, see if is it last 1 year? Does it last 2 years? Does it last 3 years? At what point do people start being like, all right, yeah, we've kind of given these guys a chance. Now they're just shit. Like there will be a point in time where that happens.
I don't think quite that harsh.
Yeah,
it's just we expect a bit more from you at this point. Like I think. Sorry, we do love the Saints, but I think the Saints kind of fall into that at the moment.
Oh
no! Don't give me any of that. Any Saints fans listening, they will agree with you.
Really?
With me. Hold on, you didn't say it.
I didn't say anything. I love Jack Steele like more than.
How good is Jack Steele?
So it feels good to say that, doesn't it?
I just feel like it's been a long time. We're fucking back, baby.
We are back. But yes, North Melbourne. Just get Wellesley back. You know, just get Wellesley back. It's not that hard. Just get him back, and I don't think I need to explain anything else.
I'm happy to move on. If that's all you want to say, I'm happy. Yep,
that's all.
Fucking Wellesley, mate. Port Adelaide, they were second on the ladder last year.
Yep.
This might be a bit stiff on someone like Mitch Georgiades. But I think Warren Treadway, fucking hell, I'm having a fucking nightmare pronouncing names over here. Oh, shit. So this is a bit stiff on Mitch Georgiades, but I think Warren Treadway. Fuck, I've done it again. How am I getting Georgiades right and fucking up Treadway? I'm not going to say Warren.
I think we've got our Insta post sorted for this week.
I'm so mad. So this is a bit stiff on Mitch Georgiades, but I think Treadway would be an improvement to that forward line.
What was his first name? Was it
Warren?
Ah, yeah. And
Treadway, Warren. That's a nightmare, man. Thoughts?
Yep.
You weren't listening to the whole content of that was lost on you.
After a while, yeah. Corns brothers go all right.
Yeah.
Or Daniel Motlop.
Yeah, true. I feel like they're covered in the small forward department.
You're right. Again, it's more thinking just like iconic players, and then you're right. You're right.
Like the players you think about when you think of the club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. All right. Tigers, Richmond, 12th last year.
That's really nice. So bizarre.
It does feel weird to say because I remember there was a long stretch during last year where we were like, can't write them off.
It's like they're coming.
They
always come. They're coming.
Dynasty can't write them off. But they definitely sort of fell off through the back end of last year. They conceded the 8th fewest points last year. So if you put, Alex Rance back in, you'd have that would make their defense even better than it was. And it was already pretty good. So I'd say, play to your strengths, get Rancy back in, and because when you think about it, Melbourne was very much sort of renowned for their defense last year as well.
Wins premierships, mate.
It does. It really does. So I reckon Rance.
Yeah, because their midfield's obviously one of the best in the game. And they got Revolt and Lynch up forward. Yeah, I rate that. Okay, so the Saints. Sorry, Saints. I fucking love the Saints.
We do love the
They
Saints.
finished 10th last year, which again comes back to what I was saying. I'm just saying. So we can't say another Jack Steele as much as he's not a former player, is he?
Does he have a brother at all? Do you know? Does anyone else?
Jack, if you're listening, mate, let us know if you have a brother. Although you kind of don't fit the former player.
Oh, true. I didn't forgot about that.
Max King with a prime Nick Revolt, like as a mentor in the forward line.
Yep.
Get him in there.
That's
a no-brainer.
Get him in there. It's Roo. It's
mate.
It's the same as Pav and Fremantle. It's iconic, and there is never going to be a time where it'll be like, oh, they didn't need him or whatever. If he was eternal, he would always be permanently playing for St Kilda.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Nicky Roo, what a man.
What a man. Sydney finished 6th last year.
Kind of forgot they finished so high, to be honest.
Yeah, it's sort of. I feel like they do that. And they've been doing that for a while.
Yeah,
where they sort of get into the finals. I feel like the last few seasons they've been playing GWS in and around that first round of finals. That's a similar sort of story. But what do you reckon? Plugger
alongside Buddy.
Or Goodsy.
Oh yeah, Goodsy. Yeah. That's true. That's a great shout.
Yeah. Depends on what they need more. If they need more in... Because obviously Goodsy can do both. Goodsy can do everything. But Goodsy adds a bit more versatility than Plugger. But Plugger obviously adds a lot of goals. So
I'd probably go Goodsy, to be honest.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Goodsy.
We love that. Who's next? Also, you might not remember this, but we did I think it was our final Siren 2021 episode we did. We did like a quick season wrap on all of the teams.
Right.
And we forgot the Swans.
Oh, we did.
We forgot the Swans.
Did we mention them and then not say anything about them?
No, we just weren't on the list. Yeah, we fucked it.
There you go. We're not as sometimes we're not as professional as we might make it seem like we are.
We do certainly give that vibe, don't we?
We do. I mean, just when we pronounce players' names, we tend to
on the 7th go. Fuck, man. As soon as I was saying it as well, I'm like, yeah, this is content. This is for the gram. Oh, shit. All right. West Coast.
Sydney to West Coast.
Oh, yeah, nice. They were 9th. I'm going to make this another quick one. A prime C. Judd would find a way to get 4 votes on that team.
Yep.
So get him in there.
Get C. Judd in there, and we'll finish with the Doggies. So finished 5th on the ladder. They did, didn't they? Season. Sounds like a likely Doggies story. Obviously going down in the granny. Chris Grant, I think.
Yeah,
would go for me. The Doggies have struggled with injuries to key position players. So I think someone that's kicked more than 500 goals. And even though he played so much footy at half back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But he's also kicked for much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah,
who couldn't use a player like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
utility.
Go back and watch that episode. Sorry, no, go back and listen to that episode.
Oh, it's not on it.
Yeah, we're not just about that. Yeah.
But that's it. That's that was our season preview.
Yeah, if that doesn't get you excited for season 2022, nothing will. Alrighty, so finishing Run It Back, as we always do, we get forward.
We do.
So we're going to sound more like an AFL podcast here because, of course, we are an AFL podcast. Give me your Premiers, your Wooden Spooners, your Brownlow, and your Norm.
Oh, my goodness.
In that order.
Oh, my goodness.
That bit shouldn't be as hard.
Premiers. We're talking about this. I haven't changed since last year. And
I did want to say it because we did mention who we thought would win it next year.
I haven't changed since last year. I'm still waiting on the Lions
you remember.
to come through.
I had no faith in you. I thought you were going to forget.
What we said last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I still very much faith in the Lions. It's just a matter of stringing together. I feel like they've got another gear they can go to that they just haven't gone to.
Yeah, okay.
I'll
go the D's.
Yeah, same as
last year.
Well.
Yeah.
Wooden Spooners. I think it'll be us again. I think it'll be North Melbourne.
You reckon?
I think so. I think we'll have a few. I think we'll play some good footy. But I think we'll have my prediction is we'll play a bit of good footy sort of at the start of the year. And I think we'll have a very lean patch in the middle. And I think we might get somewhat decent towards the end again.
Okay.
But I think just the inexperience, I feel like it won't necessarily be, I think we'll play better than we did last year, but I still think we'll probably end up on the bottom. What do you reckon?
I'll go Gold Coast.
Okay.
King doing his ACL.
Yeah.
Big loss for them.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Which is a shame. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see them win another wooden spoon, but I reckon they're going to.
Yep. Brownlow.
Are you asking me? Or you want to go first?
I'm thinking. So I'm asking you while I think.
Cool, awesome. I'm so glad that you let me go first because I'm going to say Jack Steele because I fucking love the Saints and Jack Steele's so good. Yeah. You fucked up.
How good is Jack Steele?
You didn't think.
I think Paddy Cripps because he's looking very good in that one practice game that they was it one? It's just the one practice game, right?
The practice game and then the Amy Community Series. But he's looking slim.
Yes,
he's looking fit. He's had a fucking really good preseason, boys.
Feeling
really good. Just excited for the year ahead. Yeah, feel like I can put the hard yards in over the summer, and just keen to get the season started. Keen to get out there.
You could literally just like copy and paste that for anything. And Norm. Normie Norm. What do you reckon?
I didn't actually think this far ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I said Melbourne are going to win flag.
Yep.
But they're going to beat the Saints in the granny. Jack Steele's going to have 58 touches and kick 7. So they're going to have to give him the Norm.
In a losing team.
In a losing effort, yeah.
My goodness. If anyone can do it, Jack Steele can do it.
Brownlow Norm. Dusty, eat your heart out.
Oh, Jack Steele.
Who do you reckon for Norm?
I will go with Dane Zorko.
Dane Zorko?
Yep.
Okay.
Brisbane's winning.
Yeah.
And I'll go with Dane Zorko.
Dane Zorko. I like it.
See how we go.
I like it. They are some niche shouts. I really, really, really like that. So there we go. We got forward. What's next, mate? What's next?
It's time to switch on. Switch on.
Okay, so time to switch on. Trying to keep this as on theme with whatever this episode's been as I can. So, season's about to kick off.
Yep.
I want your first thought, best thought. I don't want you to think about this. I know we do switch on. We do kind of get the brain going and we do have a think.
Yep.
I don't necessarily want you to do that today. I just want instinct.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Who's going to finish higher on the ladder? Brisbane or the Bulldogs?
Brisbane.
Adelaide or Collingwood?
Adelaide.
Gold Coast or North Melbourne?
Gold Coast.
Based on what you said before, yep.
Yeah.
Essendon or St Kilda?
Essendon.
Okay. All right. I got one more for you if that's all right. That was all right. Can we just say shout out to Ashwin as well? That was the quickest you've ever answered switch on questions.
It's the quickest I've ever done anything in my life.
He's not even kidding.
There was a point I was feeling pretty bad over the Bucks weekend where I know everyone's waiting for me to eat, and then it's sort of just like Still I got
one moment.
Yeah.
Every time we ate, man.
Because it's like, there's like a period where it's like, it's a joke. And it's like, Ashman's a slow eater. And then after a while, it's like, I don't know if it's people don't want to keep making the same joke, or it's like humor gets boring after a while, and then it's just like, yeah, can we go now? Like,
yeah, it's like we want to go.
We've
had enough dirty looks at the right hotel.
Yeah.
For one day, let's please fucking leave. And I'm the only one who says anything. Everyone's like, oh, is Ashman done yet? I'm like, Ashman,
yeah,
how's the burger going?
Yeah.
Oh, Luke, what are you doing? I'm like,
yeah,
no, he needs to be fucking told, man.
Oh yeah,
he needs to be told.
It's 100%. Like, you're obviously the most comfortable in terms in the world to say anything, really.
To you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Legit.
I mean, I'm happy to play that role 7 days a week. Back to switch on.
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing.
So we mentioned a couple of players that we bring back to a 2022 list.
Correct.
In their prime.
Correct.
Quick hypothetical for you. How many goals would Alex Rance keep Jason Dunstall to?
Ooh. Jeez. Prime Alex Rance.
Prime Alex Rance.
Prime Chief. 3 goals.
3, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair call. Look, Alex Rance is one of the best defenders of the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'll happily agree.
I reckon he
with that point.
might sneak away early and then he'll come back, make a good comeback.
I agree. So I think he'll keep him to 8. It's the chief, mate. It's the chief. It's the chief. All right, there's some pretty average switch on questions, but if you wanted to holler at me with yours,
we're working our way into it. It's fine.
Maybe we're not balls deep in footy season yet.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
All right, question 1. If you could pick any side in the comp that you'd want to play first round, who would it be?
As in who I'd want Geelong to play? Or
yeah.
Okay.
Say it.
See,
Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
Who am I going to say?
North?
No, I'm not going to say North. No, I wouldn't do that.
You can say it.
No, I wouldn't say North. While I don't like the grand final rematch in round 1,
yeah,
I think there might be a little rivalry brewing between the D's and the Dogs. I reckon like doing a rivalry round to start off the season. So like Geelong, Hawthorn,
yeah,
Carlton, Collingwood, all those classic AFL rivals.
Yeah.
I reckon that would just be nothing but hype.
Absolutely. Get people back into it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So you have like the Q Clash, you'd go the Battle of the Bridge, you'd have the Derby, interstate, and then you figure out. And obviously the Showdown. Sorry, Rich. The Showdown as well. Rivalry round.
Yeah.
That's what I reckon. What do you think?
Is there a rivalry round? There's no rivalry round.
Not official. No, I don't think so.
One,
I don't think so, no.
Nah. Yeah, okay.
Who would you say for North? Oh my God, it's been so long since I've said North.
You said North.
North.
I'd want to play Essendon.
You'd want to play Essendon?
Just because it's always a good game. And
you have said that before, yeah.
And like, just growing up, my brother's always been a Bombers fan. I've always been a North fan. And childhood memories of just going to the North Essendon game. So just a nice way to get back into footy.
Yeah.
And I've changed my answer, like, just throughout, like, because initially I was like, what's the easiest way for your club to do good, like, to get a good start to the season? But now I'm just like, no, what would I want to see? Yeah. So, yeah. There you go.
I rate that.
Question 2. I have mentioned Supercoach. I mentioned it at the start. Who should I get rid of in my Supercoach team?
I say we put this one to the listeners.
Okay.
I say we grab a screenshot of your team.
Okay.
And we post it on the gram. And we go from there. But my initial answer will be not Taron Thomas.
Yes, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a very good answer.
Who do you think? Do you have someone in mind to put that question down, or were you wanting it to go to the listeners?
I just need help because I just it's been a while.
I just need help. Just the most deadpan cry for help you ever I can come across. I said help, man. Fuck.
No, are you going to clip that 1 second and use that
I do shit, man.
in all of our group chats and everything for the next couple of months, I reckon.
It's almost like you know who I am as a person.
It's crazy, isn't it? But yeah, that's we've switched on.
We have, just before you wrap up, comment down below who we should get rid of.
Yes. Time for my mate's multi.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Money! Money!
Alrighty, time for my mate's multi. So we're gonna do so last episode we sort of went through our legs from the episode before, I believe, but we didn't actually make any new ones, I think.
Just decided there wasn't enough going on, so
yeah,
wasn't worth our time.
Correct.
We took a week off. Took a week off the punt.
This week we're basically going to do. Usually we do it week to week, but this is going to be a season-long sort of my mate's multi. So I will kick us off.
We told you this was a season preview episode.
Yes, because we're doing this, not because of anything else that we've done. Leg 1. The Gold Coast Suns percentage at the end of the home and away season will be within 5% of North Melbourne's.
That's such an Ashwin leg.
It is, isn't it?
I rate it.
It is. Leg 2. The player with the second most total disposals, not average, just total throughout the season, at the end of the year will be from Port Adelaide.
You're not giving us a name?
No.
You've obviously got someone in mind? Keep your secrets.
Leg 3. Goal of the year and mark of the year this year will be awarded to players from the same club.
Ooh. That's good.
Yeah?
That's good.
Yeah.
Mark the time. 7:15, Tuesday the 15th of March. He's called it.
These
are
are
on the money.
These are fun ones as well because it's so far away that it's just you get the immediate result, you know, straight away. But this is like you'll be thinking about it, and just looking at Gold Coast percentage throughout the year. And
we're gonna come back to Brownlow night on that one though.
Oh, big time!
And you're gonna be a hero. Can you imagine 3 out of 3 on this multi? That'd be unbelievable.
Insane.
It's hard enough week on week, man.
What do you got for me?
All right, so mine for this season, we will see 6 first-time members of the All-Australian team this year. Not the squad, not the 40, the final team.
The final team.
6 new members.
Okay. That's a lot.
Like first time, yeah. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm picking some players for a breakout year.
Mm.
Again, I'm not telling you who, because you didn't, so fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Leg 2.
Leg 2.
3 teams who didn't play the finals last year will make the top 8.
Okay. Any ideas of...
I'll give you one. I think the obvious one will be Richmond.
Yeah.
I think Richmond will be back. And that's all you're getting from me.
Okay.
Because fuck yeah.
Yep.
Where are we? And leg 3. 2 players will kick more than 60 goals in the home and away season this year.
Wow. So it's going to be like a shootout sort of thing for the Coleman.
Well, Harry Mackay got 58.
Yes.
Last season.
Yeah.
Hawkins was 54.
Yeah.
So I reckon Mackay's only going to get better. I think he's going to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just leave it up to whoever wants to put the hand up and just
someone else will do
some bags.
Nice. That'll be good to see. Yeah, absolutely. When especially towards the end of the season, when you sort of like, and the crowds at the game are always very, very much attuned to what's going on. Right, AFL crowds are always. Whenever I went to the footy, I don't know if it's just AFL fans read up on shit. What it is, but it's if a player was involved in something off the field or anything, or they did this last game or last time they versed your team, whatever, very attuned to everything. So towards the end of the year, if there's a couple of players that are sort of going for it, you know, trying to get the Coleman around 60 goals, that would be elite to watch.
I reckon so. I fucking hope so as well. So they're our multis for the season. Chuck us a comment. Let us know. give us 3 legs. We usually do 3 legs. None of them can be Virat Kohli will not have scored an international century between now and the end of the season. But we'd love to hear a multi of yours.
Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Been a while since we've asked that, I think.
Yeah. Have we asked that before?
Oh, early return days.
Yeah. Before they could see us.
Before they could see us. When we were just a minute clip on Instagram a couple of times a week. Those days are gone.
Those days are gone.
Okay, so that's going to do it for another week. My voice can't take any more, so we're just going to get the fuck up out of here.
Keep popping strepsils.
Keep popping strepsils. I will say this, though. The sad boy hours of the Bucks weekend were definitely worth it. I will belt out She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5 every day of the week.
I think if someone is, this is just a bit of advice for anyone that's having a late night or going hard. The sad boy tunes really revive people. There's some sort of magic to them, I think.
There is, yeah.
How to Save a Life by The Fray.
Yeah.
She Will Be Loved, Maroon 5. There's just something about those songs that just lift people.
And if you ever go to karaoke, you do that, you have a few beers, the sad boy songs slap there as well.
They do.
Absolutely do that.
Absolutely. Hey, we should probably wrap it up, but keen to be back talking footy and keen to watch some footy this weekend.
Keen to watch some footy. Well, yeah, again, for us it's tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to you watching a bit more footy this season as well. I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yes, it'll be good. It'll be good to partially know what I'm talking about.
Fake it till you make it, my friend.
Fake it till I make it. Keep kicking goals.